Okay, I should be live now. Alright, so another day in 100 Days of ML. Today is day 27, and I'm going to be basically dissecting the pipeline, TFX pipeline, and going through understanding the code that was given in the template yesterday, and clearing out the template files and rewriting the pipeline to match my current data and also the model that I'm going to be building using that data. So if you don't know already, the data that I have chosen for this text classifier project is the IMDb dataset. And the IMDb dataset is a collection of basically series of files which contains, TXT files which contains a paragraph. And that paragraph has a denotion of either positive or negative connotation, so 1 or 0. And it's segregated into different folders: train test, positive, negative, and within those folders there's thousands and thousands of txt files which only contain one paragraph. So that's the data structure, the data set structure that I'm going to be utilizing. So yesterday I copied over the TFX template for, I think, taxi, and this is what I got so far. Or I think I copied the penguin. I'm not too sure. This looks like penguin dataset. So it gave me a series of files, and it also set up my directory. It structured everything. But what I want to do right now is not use their data, and also by deleting this and also replacing it with my current data set, I want to make sure everything flows properly and there's no errors. Why isn't this getting deleted? I don't understand. Okay, anyways, let's cd into our directory and go ahead and start the Docker container. The code for that should be in the README document. Right here. Hit run, let that, I want to create a tab, okay. So, alright, so ls, check that all of our files loaded, yep. Alright, so I need to delete this. I don't understand why it's not deleting. Wait, it's a protected? It's a protected, all of these are protected files? Why are all of these protected files? The owner should be me for all of this. Let me try to change the ownership. Or am I not allowed to do that from... Okay, so for some reason, all of these files are protected, which means that I cannot delete or remove any one of these files. So let me open up Chrome and check TFX templates again, because this is pretty annoying. If they're calling it a template and they're not letting me basically change the data set, then that's going to be an issue. So TFX templates permission set to root. Okay. Second alternative that I can consider is creating a custom pipeline, but not really like custom components, just using the standard components and just creating custom pipeline structure. But since I can't delete anything, how am I going to remove all these files? Or can I actually try to force remove it? So I can remove from this command line, but I can remove like from the folder, I guess. So that's fine, as long as you can still, I can still edit these files. That should be okay. All right, so first things first, I'm going to go into pipeline, check out pipeline.py. TFX penguin template pipeline definition. So it imports from typing, which I need to figure out like what it does. Specifically typing and text. Because that's being used to create the pipeline. Pipeline type checking, typing, library. Let me go in here and search for text. Here we go. Class, which is text. It's an alias for a string provided to supply a forward compatible path for Python 2 code in Python 2 code. Use text to indicate a value that must contain a string. Is that how it's being used here? So it indicates a value that's a string. I think that's pretty much it. Optional and list. Okay, so these are kind of like data types. And I'm assuming that typing is used for setting these type hints. Okay. Okay. Next up, we have TensorFlow model analysis, TFMA, TFX components. So TensorFlow model analysis, I don't think I included that in my requirements.txt. Right, so I might have to download, recompile the I could actually check from running Jupyter. Let me get that command to run Jupyter notebook. And then I can test my dependencies in test. So I'll go into text classifier tests, and then I'll create a new Python notebook for testing dependencies. Test dependencies. So I'll have to import TFX, right? That should be fine. And import TensorFlow model analysis. This I'm not too sure if it's going to work. Oh, it did. Okay. Now it's TFMA. Let's try this, and then let's see where's TFMA used. Eval config, evaluation. Can I just load it in? Just a test. It's printing out nothing. Well, I guess it makes kind of sense, right? Because providing in no inputs. Okay, as long as, to be honest, as long as it loads, I don't think there should be any issue. So I tested TFX, tested model analysis, and what else do I need to do? ML metadata from models. What's models? I don't understand where this is coming from. Where is ML data coming from? Meta data. I guess it's included with TFX. It's part of TFX, but it's designed so it can be used independently. What about models? Model. I'm not too sure. Let me check this. Yeah. Where is this? Where's he getting this from? And let me just check metadata. Okay, metadata works. Pretty sure all these components and TFX works, but I just don't know. Oh, okay. So this is local. This is local. From models means from model directory get the features.py. Yeah. I was so confused. I thought it was a third-party library. Right, okay, so it goes into here and then gets what does it get? Features. So features.py gets features keys, label key, and transform name. Transform feature from original name. So I just have to change the feature keys based on what I'm going to be using, which is either positive or negative, because it is classification. So, and then label key. Oh wait, I need to think about this a little bit more. If I'm doing text classification and it's kind of like sentiment analysis, what are my features and labels? Check out the IMDb TFX tutorial. All right, so I think I understand all of these imports now. So next step, create pipeline. Pipeline name, pipeline route. So this is specifying where, name, data path. Next up, pre-processing function, run function, train arguments, evaluation arguments, threshold. And I think all of this is kind of set here, yeah. So we have pre-processing, run, pipeline image. All of the paths are set in config.py. We're setting optional typing list. So typing, I guess, is used to specify the arguments. I've never seen this being used, so I'm going to check TensorFlow add-ons, I guess, and check how they structure their code. For example, actually, I'll go into TensorFlow. They might have more structured data. TensorFlow, let's just go into Python. Just go ops. And I don't know, go into any of one of these. See how they structure. Okay, they don't really specify using typing. Yeah, let me just double check with TensorFlow add-ons. I'm going to one of their like models, I guess. Okay, so they don't use typing. What is type guard? Automatically annotates classes and functions. Check argument type. Keras.layers, they specify it like that. .lstm, they use type checked here. And they specify tensor-like, activation, boolean, and stuff like that. I think I saw something like this in MLOps. MLOps, and then what was it? It was some sort of, was it styling? Was it documentation? It was like specifying like this sequences and mp.nd array. I forgot what it was called. There's logging. Okay, I do have to set up styling as well. Might do this tomorrow. Make file. what was it? Code, data, models, that's for testing, monitoring, CICD dash logging, no, packaging, no. Is it labeling? It's for data, modeling. I feel like it's this. It's not this. Don't think it's in this. Oh, here, right here, typing. Cool. So important to be explicit as possible with our code. So far, functions have looked like this. We can incorporate more information using typing. So that's what we're doing here. We're setting the argument name followed by what it is. And we're using typing to import the standard variables. But do I need typing for this? Can I just specify like string here, str? There are many data types that we can work with, but not included to limited to list, set, dictionary, tuple, sequence, and more. Okay, so I guess typing is an official library from Python. What happens if I just ignore this? That's a little annoying. I can't like make changes to the file without like providing I wonder if it might be different from here. But anyways, so I guess I could just import it or not. It might be included in the Python package itself. So this should be fine. That's from Python. Right, so typing, got that done with. So all this will be specified from configs or somewhere, wherever we call it. So from local runner, yeah, I import configs pipeline. And then when I'm running pipeline, I can get the variable names from config. Cool. So I'll have to change these three files first, and then I can work down towards features and then import the data and all. So let's go to local runner then. Import OS, ABSL, let me check that, import. That works. So this is for logging. Let me check MLOps for logging. So they use import logging. Logging.set verbosity. I don't think that it's the same thing that we're using here. Logging.info. So there's probably a file called logging. Oh no. Let me check this third-party library. Guess it's the same thing as like logging. It's from TensorFlow. This is implemented on top of the standard logging module in Python. But what does set verbosity do? Where's their documentation? Python guide. Logging. Is this it? This is their documentation? Are you kidding me? There's no good description anywhere. It's probably some sort of log. There's info, there's debug. Right now we're using info. And we can set logging info to like some stuff. I don't see where we specify info. Or is it in config? Nope. I guess this is coming from logging, but I'm not sure what info is, but alright, whatever. Then it runs run, where we define a pipeline, local dag runner, run, and then pipeline dot create, where pipeline is the file within pipeline.py, create pipeline. Then we specify our name, root, data path, preprocessing, all of that stuff. When we specify data path in pipeline.py, how is the data loaded? So this returns a pipeline object. Where is it? Data path. So it uses CSV example gen to create the component. But let's see. Our data set is going to be very unique. Let's get the official one from TFX. TFX tutorials. Or is this what I'm looking at right now? Where is the IMDb tutorial? Oh, was the IMDb not part of TFX? IMDb TensorFlow tutorial, like text classifier. Let me just say that. Okay, right. So I got it from the TensorFlow core tutorial. Right, so I guess the data set will be a little different. If we go to IMDb reviews and get the data set from there, homepage. Right, and then I downloaded this, I believe. It should be in downloads. Alright, so here it is. So there's positive, negative, bunch of txt files. Not sure how I'm supposed to process all of this and then load it into TF records. So this might be pretty challenging, the way it's set up, since it's not like a simple CSV or a simple text file. It's like segregated into sections already. So how do I load in the data? Here we just use simple CSV example gen and use that component to load in. So here they use ABSL import logging as well. Oh, so this is the right file, trainer module file. Okay, so this is config. Oh, this is all, they wrote it all into one file. This is called Penguin Trainer. For us, it should be local runner, I guess. It has a run function, the build Keras model. So this is within, all of this is within the function create pipeline. So what it does is it creates the example gen, the statistics, example validator, pretty much all of the components mentioned, and then it returns the pipeline, returns pipeline name, root, components, metadata connection config, and beam pipeline args. So change this value to control the caching of the execution results. Default value is false. Enable cache is true. Optional. Wait, what? It's a list. What are they talking about here? To do step 5, uncomment here to add pusher to the pipeline. It's already added here. Components.append pusher. Oh, okay, so all of this is not really added to components. It's commented out. Only the first few are added into the list here. And then it's returned as a pipeline, which goes back to the local runner. And it uses local D directed acyclic graph runner to run the pipeline. Right, so I guess in the tutorial where we're using TFX run create, then we specify pipeline name. This is what runs the file. Then you can run the component locally using local runner.py. So I guess I could run these 2 lines of code already. I'll have to end this notebook. Invalid pipeline path. All right, how about now? Yep, I think that worked. Error while running local runner. Name text is not defined. Beam pipeline args. Oh, I think I uncommented this. Right, so it should work now. Import trainer pb and pipeline.py. From TFX proto import trainer underscore pb. What's TFX? Let's see. Let's close all of this. Let me go to API. So we're using TFX 3.0, 0.3, so it should be under TFX. There's components, there's DSL, extensions, orchestrations, and types. But I don't see a TFX or proto. So this is used for pusher. Pusher underscore pb2. But where is this coming from? see it here, but there is no tfx.proto in the API. Oh, it's in version 1. Okay, that's freaking annoying. So I guess this is set up for version 1. The tutorial is set up for TFX version 1. Which means so if I can import from TFX v1 as TFX, I think I could just add this and then it should fix this error right here. This is annoying. I gotta fix that permission. And that's getting imported. I could check the TFX version as well. There is a code for that. I forgot what it was. It's version 3.0.3. Same thing here. But is that the same as what they use here? I don't understand. I mean, if this imports, why am I having issues? There's nothing on the internet. Wait a sec. I think the code I was looking at got fixed. Pusher underscore pb2. So this worked, but trainer underscore pb is not working. So let me go ahead and check the API once again for TFX version 1 proto. And then I use pusher. Okay, that should fix it. Pipeline was successfully created. Then I can run TFX run create. Pipeline name, I think I specified it as what did I specify my pipeline name as? I don't really remember. Sheesh. I did not when I specified destination path, it was just Standard template. I specified one of the templates. Pipeline name. Ah, shoot. What did I name it as? It's just like text classifier or something. Okay, how do I check what pipelines exist? Because it's it's an IER. Okay, sure. Error. Split pattern does not match any files. CSV pattern. It's pretty sure because I took out the data. Right. So it's all empty right now. Classifier, CSV example gen. Alright, so at least I know what to do now. So I'm gonna have to import in the data from IMDb. And then I'm going to have to change up the pipelines.py for data ingestion. What I'm going to do, I think, is create another file for data ingestion. Or should I actually just keep it in create pipeline? Well, okay, so since everything is here in create pipeline, I'm just going to add in the code here for data ingestion. So it's going to have to be a custom component this time because of the fact that my data does not load in properly, like the CSV. So I have to figure out how to create a TF record from the custom dataset that I have. So that's on the to-do list. And then slowly from there, I'm gonna just pick away at this template and start changing up the components the way I wanted to. So I got some stuff done. What I'm gonna do also have to write in the documentation for all this code. And I think I'll do that after I finish it. That way I have a better understanding of like the code itself. Okay, and I also need to add in formatting checks and everything. CICL, CICD. Well, not deployment, more like just styling. So I'll add these checks and maybe add it into GitHub as well for GitHub Actions. All right, that's a lot to do. Let me just make sure I note all of these things down. Okay. Projects, tasks, documentation. I haven't started that yet. Building ML pipeline. I have started that. So one more thing I need to add form styling. So that's going to be tomorrow's work, adding styling, GitHub Actions, and also adding documentation. Building ML pipelines is going to be in progress for a very long time. So let me edit this note. In building pipelines, I need to do several things. First thing would be to do the data ingestion. Next up, I'll add it as it goes. First things first, data ingestion is going to take a long time. Statistics, schema, example validator, transform. Yeah, all this stuff I can add it in later. We'll do it one step at a time. All right, so I think I got the goals done for today. I didn't really clear out the template files and rewrite it. I just kind of just understood the template code. What I'm going to be doing is clearing it out like a section at a time. That way I don't forget everything that's in here. Otherwise it's going to run into issues. Because I think most of the code is reusable. I just have to change things that doesn't work with my data set. And I'll do that incrementally. Okay, so import data. Tomorrow's task, I'm going to have to add... I also want to change permissions first. And then add data set into data. And then I have to add a data ingestion component. So it'd be a custom component since my data set's going to be in a different format than usual. Okay, that's it for tomorrow. And I think I might end up continuing this the next day as well, because adding the custom component is something that I'm not familiar with and might take a long time. So I'll leave that empty for now. And let me update my GitHub repositories. Finish day 27. Next up here, I made some changes. And made some changes in pipeline.py. What exactly did I do here? Okay, so I imported so I fixed one of the imports. I don't want to include all of these checkpoints into my GitHub repository. Yeah, I should have added all of this stuff. All right, that should do for today. Let's see. Yep, all this stuff got updated. Text classifier, there's ML tests. Cool. I guess also what I want to do is set up simple GitHub actions for styling first. Make sure I have that running. So I can do tests before running into main. And also I could create a branch now and start working on the branch instead of committing directly to the main branch. I can check my pull requests and make sure code doesn't break. So I'll have to do that too. All right, well, that's it for today.